Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am looking all sorts of crazy right now because we're going to do a fun video today and I'm kind of super excited about it actually. Today we're going to test out some products and do a comparison. So on this half of my face, I'm going to be applying the Lipsense and the Younique mascara, and then on this half of my face I'm going to be applying like their dupes or the products that are similar to them in shade and in claims, but that you can find at Ulta. I'm gonna zoom you in and start applying these. First, I think I'm gonna start with the mascara just because my eyes feel so naked without any mascara on them. Let's just get started. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is curl my lashes. I curl my lashes like a crazy person and actually use this teeny little spoon to curl my lashes. So yeah, I'm gonna do that first, and then we'll apply the mascara. I'm using Lancome's Cils Booster XL. Don't know how to pronounce that, but it's just their eyelash primer. And it goes on white, and then when it's dry, it's clear. So don't be freaked out when you see white stuff on my lashes. Okay, there's the booster on. Now we'll let it dry, and then I will apply some L'Oreal Voluminous Black Mascara. That's this side using these two products right here. Before I finish this eye, I just want to say that instead of using the transplant gel that Younique sends, their like mascara, I am going to substitute it and use the same mascara that I used on this eye, the L'Oreal Voluminous Black, Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, mostly because the two products that I'm trying to compare today aren't the whole entire set of mascara and fibers from the Younique side. It's just the fibers versus the primer. So I'm going to keep the actual like mascara the same on both eyes so that you can really see the difference and which one does a better job. If you would like me to do this same video but just use the mascara from Younique, then I can, but to be honest, when I'm using these products at home and I use the 3D fiber lashes, I pair it usually with this mascara anyway. So this is the way that I traditionally use it. It's a little bit unconventional, but that's the point of makeup, is to do it your way, right? So I'm gonna do it my way. Now let's curl the other eyelashes and get started on the Younique side. I've curled my lashes. First I'm gonna do a coat of this L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, and then I will apply the 3D fiber lashes over top of it. Before that dries, I need to apply the little fibers. So let me hurry and do that. So now I'm on to the Younique 3D fibers. And then we'll let that dry for a minute. And then I'll go in with my second coat of the L'Oreal Voluminous. I'm going to clean up a little bit of the little dust particles and some spots where I touched on my eyeshadow, and then apply my lower lash mascara off camera, and then I will talk about the results. Now that I have my eyelashes done, I'm removing all of the chapstick that I had on my lips, and we are going to do Lipsense and this L'Oreal Infallible on on my lips. So first we'll start with Lipsense because it takes longer. The process is more tedious on the Lipsense side. Okay, there's coat number 1. Third coat. Okay, and now the gloss. And yes, the product has dried completely. This feels so weird. And my wand is just dirty from when I've stained it previous applications. I now know how to apply it correctly, and there's no color transfer on the wand. It's just gunk on there from other applications when I was in a rush. That's Lipsense Fly Girl. Now I need to remove all of the lip gloss from this side. Now it's time to apply the L'Oreal side. So this stuff is much more creamy and opaque, so I won't need to do as many coats, and it's just like a normal application like a traditional liquid lipstick, except you do want to make sure that your lips are clean first, because if you put this over top of chapstick or even like a lipstick or a lip liner, it seems to flake off faster. So you do want to start with clean, dry lips. And it does transfer initially, but once it dries, then it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a second and then do a second coat so that it looks a little bit closer to the Lipsense side. I'm going to go in with their second step, which is just like a traditional, in like a traditional chapstick form. So it isn't like a lip gloss, although it does have the same finish. It's got a glossy finish, just like the Lipsense one. I can already tell that that is going to be the hardest part to get used to, is the way that the glosses feel. They feel very different. The Lipsense side feels stickier as far as the lip gloss is concerned, whereas the L'Oreal side has a lot more slip to it, and it genuinely feels like there's a balm on my lips. It doesn't feel like there's lip gloss. They're just different. So my overall thoughts. As far as the lashes go, I personally like the results of the side with the primer better than the Younique side with the 3D fibers. In the primer, I feel like it lengthens my eyes. It makes them feel like sturdy and stiff without feeling crunchy or hard. The fibers do a good job at giving more volume at the base, but I don't feel like they lengthen and give more like substance to the tips of my lashes. There might be a way in order to get more of that substance on the length and on the tips of my lashes, but I just haven't been able to figure out what that trick is yet using this product. I don't know, I feel like this eye isn't holding the curl as well when I use the Younique fibers. Now, let's talk about lips. So, I can already tell one of the hardest things about going throughout the rest of my day today is going to be having to apply separate little chapsticks. Like I have to apply the gloss on this half and the L'Oreal balm on this half. But for the video, that's what we'll do. That's how you keep the color up, is by using the balms that they give you if your lips are feeling dry or crusty, or before and after you eat. Like, it's just smart to apply a balm or the gloss in order to have it provide a little bit more of a barrier between the actual lip product. Anyway, so on the Lipsense side, I feel like the color looks a little bit more rich and shiny, and I think most of that is due to the gloss, honestly. Whereas the L'Oreal side, it looks a little bit more matte, and it still has shine to it. Like, don't get me wrong, I just applied the balm, but it just looks a little bit more almost like satin instead of glossy like the Lipsense side is. So as far as how they look right now, I honestly feel like they look pretty similar. They both applied pretty smooth. It isn't like one side looks patchy or streaky and the other side doesn't. Granted, if you were to only do one coat of each side, then the L'Oreal side would be much more opaque and much more pigmented. It's not really fair to compare one coat to one coat when that isn't how this product was formulated to work. So technically I have 2 coats of the L'Oreal on this side and 3 coats of the Lipsense on this side. Both of the MLM product sides take a lot longer as far as application is concerned. Now the real test is to see how this wears throughout the day, after eating, see how this is doing in before I do my final check-in for the day, and then I will give you my final thoughts then. So yeah, see you in a second. I'm back for my late night check-in. Sorry if the lighting is crap, it's because it's late at night. So here are my thoughts. I have had these products on for about 7.5 hours. This is how they're holding up. Lipsense started wearing off on that little patch right there. And the waterline, this is just because of the application. When I pull my lips tight, you can kind of see the cracking on this side, and it doesn't really crack on this side. This side, it's been much more comfortable from the very beginning. Like, as soon as I put the lip stuff on, this drugstore side, the L'Oreal stuff, has been extremely comfortable. It just feels like, honestly, like skin. But this side, it has a little bit of like tacky stickiness to it, either when it has the gloss, and then it's like a thicker gloss, so it does have that like tackiness, and then when it doesn't have the gloss, you can kind of feel your lips like stick together, and that's how you know that you need to put more gloss on. And so I don't know, this side, when the balm wears away, it doesn't get all sticky or like thick feeling. It just kind of feels like my lips. As far as mascara goes, you can see that. I don't really have any fallout or like smudging happening. I prefer the look of these lashes that are a little bit more spidery and a little bit more like the same thickness at the base as they are on the ends. The MLM side, the Younique side, it's a lot thicker looking at the base of my lashes, which is, you know, really pretty if you're going for that look. And I feel like it gives me a lot more like volume there, but it's just kind of lacking on the ends. And every once in a while, like, the fiber guys are just kind of hanging on by a thread, and so it'll like bend and go weird angles, and I feel like it would just, it's on the verge of falling off, if you know what I mean. Whereas the primer, it just looks lengthened. It doesn't look like there's stuff stuck onto the tips. It just looks lengthened, if you know what I'm saying, if you're catching my drift. I think that the Ulta side fared a little bit better than the MLM side. Those are my thoughts. Hopefully this little experiment taught you something or you know, was eye-opening in some way. If you liked it, don't forget to thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I do MLM product reviews as well as other sorts of tutorials, and if you guys like videos like this, I will keep doing comparison videos as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Oh, I'm so ready to go wash this makeup off my face. Okay, see ya!